Ever wondered how to bake the perfect pizza at home? Well, wonder no more. Today we're going to walk you through the process, step by step. You'll discover that baking a pizza at home is not only possible, but it's also a fun and rewarding experience. First things first, gather all the necessary ingredients. For the dough, you will need 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups of warm water, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 1 packet of yeast. For the toppings, feel free to let your creativity shine through. However, a classic margherita pizza requires fresh mozzarella, tomatoes, and basil leaves. Don't forget a good quality olive oil and some salt. Now onto the dough. Dissolve the yeast in the warm water and let it sit for about 10 minutes. In a separate bowl, mix the flour and salt. Pour the yeast mixture into the flour and knead until it forms a smooth, elastic dough. This usually takes around 10 minutes. Once done, cover the dough and let it rise for about 2 hours. While the dough is rising, it's time to prep the toppings. Slice the tomatoes and mozzarella and tear up some basil leaves. Keep these aside until it's time for them to make their grand entrance. When the dough has doubled in size, it's time to preheat the oven. Crank it up to the highest temperature. A hot oven is crucial for a perfect pizza. Next, punch down the dough and divide it into 2 equal parts. Roll out each piece on a floured surface until it's about 1/4 inch thick. Remember, the thinner the crust, the crispier it will be. Transfer the rolled dough onto a baking sheet. Drizzle some olive oil and sprinkle a bit of salt. Now it's time for the toppings. Layer the tomatoes and mozzarella evenly over the dough. Remember, less is more when it comes to pizza toppings. You don't want to overwhelm the crust. Slide the pizza into the preheated oven and bake for about 10 to 12 minutes, or until the crust is golden and the cheese is bubbly and slightly browned. Once out of the oven, garnish with the fresh basil leaves. And there you have it, a perfect homemade pizza. It's a simple process, really. Make the dough, let it rise, prep the toppings, roll out the dough, add the toppings, and bake in a hot oven. With a bit of practice, you can be your own pizzaiolo. So why not give it a try? After all, nothing beats a pizza made with love and fresh ingredients. Enjoy!